In the summer of 2015, a wildlife photographer in Montana noticed something strange. Every morning at exactly the same time, a red-tailed hawk appeared above a remote field near his cabin. It never landed. It never hunted. It simply circled, day after day and week after week. The photographer became obsessed. Why would a predator waste energy flying over empty ground? Then one morning, he saw movement. A rabbit emerged from tall grass. Before the rabbit took 3 steps, the hawk folded its wings. The attack lasted less than 2 seconds. The rabbit never saw it coming. What shocked the photographer wasn't the speed, it was the timing. The hawk had been watching that field for weeks, waiting, calculating, learning. The rabbit thought it was alone, but it had been under surveillance the entire time. And that's the thing about red-tailed hawks. You rarely see them hunting, but they're almost always watching. Today, we're entering the world of America's most successful aerial predator, a bird with vision so powerful it can spot movement from extraordinary distances, a hunter capable of reading landscapes like a map, and a predator that has mastered patience, precision, and perfect timing. By the end of this video, you'll understand why millions of animals fear the shadow of a hawk, and why this bird may be seeing things you never even notice. Most predators rely on speed. Some rely on strength. The red-tailed hawk relies on something even more powerful: information. Imagine standing on top of a skyscraper and spotting a mouse moving through grass hundreds of feet below. That's closer to the hawk's reality than ours. A red-tailed hawk's vision is estimated to be several times sharper than human eyesight. Where we see a field, the hawk sees movement. Where we see grass, the hawk sees opportunity. Every feather twitch, every shadow, every mistake, nothing escapes its attention. Unlike humans, hawks process visual information at incredible speed. To a hawk, the world almost appears to move slower. Tiny movements invisible to us become obvious signals. This ability transforms the bird into a living surveillance system, a hunter that rarely misses because it rarely overlooks anything. The sky isn't simply where the hawk flies. It's where the hawk gathers intelligence. Most people imagine predators as creatures of action, but the red-tailed hawk is a master of waiting. Hours can pass without movement, as the bird remains perfectly still, watching, listening, and studying. To many animals, patience feels safe. The rabbit relaxes, the squirrel becomes distracted, and the snake stops paying attention. That's exactly what the hawk wants. Because the most dangerous predator isn't the fastest. It's the one nobody notices. Scientists studying hawks have observed something remarkable. Many attacks begin long before the dive. The hawk often spends significant time observing prey behavior, learning patterns, identifying routes, and predicting movement. This isn't random hunting, it's strategic hunting. The hawk doesn't chase opportunity. It waits for opportunity to reveal itself. And when that moment arrives, everything happens at once. One explosive burst, one calculated strike, one outcome: success. Here's what makes the red-tailed hawk terrifying. Most prey animals never see it coming. Imagine walking through a parking lot while a sniper watches from a rooftop. That's what life feels like for small animals living beneath hawk territory. The hawk's greatest weapon isn't its talons, it's surprise. A hawk can soar silently on thermal currents hundreds of feet above the ground. From below, it's almost invisible. Then comes the dive. The wings fold, the body transforms into a missile, gravity takes over, and the distance closes instantly. By the time prey notices danger, the attack is already over. Its attacks are so precise that survival often depends entirely on luck. Nature has created countless predators, but few combine vision, patience, speed, and accuracy the way a red-tailed hawk does. Now, let's talk about something fascinating. Humans aren't usually prey for hawks, but that doesn't mean hawks ignore us. Far from it. Wildlife rehabilitators frequently report that hawks recognize individual people, handlers who feed them, veterinarians who treat them, and strangers who enter their territory. The bird notices differences: who moves confidently, who moves nervously, who approaches too closely, who can be trusted. A hawk may not understand humans the way humans understand each other, but it understands patterns, and patterns are everything. Over time, the bird learns, adapts, and remembers. Some hawks even build nests near roads and neighborhoods because they've learned humans often keep larger predators away. Think about that. The hawk isn't merely surviving around people, it's using people, not through instinct alone, but through experience, observation, and intelligence. And perhaps that's why encounters with hawks feel so unusual. When a hawk looks at you, it doesn't seem afraid. It seems curious, as if it's studying you the same way it studies everything else. Now we reach the most extraordinary part of the story, the ability that separates the red-tailed hawk from almost every other hunter in North America. It hunts the invisible, not literally invisible, but things hidden from us. A field mouse beneath grass, a snake hidden among rocks, movement concealed by shadows. Where humans see clutter, the hawk sees patterns. Scientists believe hawks are exceptionally skilled at detecting tiny changes in contrast and movement. This allows them to locate prey in situations where most predators would fail. Imagine searching for a single moving grain of rice in a football stadium and finding it instantly. That's closer to the hawk's reality. Every day, thousands of small animals survive by remaining unseen. And every day, hawks prove that unseen doesn't mean invisible. The bird's true superpower isn't speed, it's awareness. An awareness so advanced that entire ecosystems revolve around it. When a hawk appears overhead, birds become silent, rodents disappear, and everything changes. The landscape itself reacts because every creature knows the same thing. The hawk sees more than they do, and that's a terrifying advantage. Long before modern science, humans noticed something special about hawks. Native American cultures often viewed hawks as messengers and guardians. Their appearance was sometimes interpreted as a sign to pay attention, stay alert, and see clearly. Ancient people watched hawks soar effortlessly above the world and saw something they admired: perspective. While humans remained trapped on the ground, the hawk viewed everything from above. It saw connections invisible to everyone else. Even today, hawks symbolize awareness, focus, and vision. And perhaps that's because those qualities define the bird itself. The red-tailed hawk doesn't dominate through brute force. It dominates through understanding. It succeeds because it notices what others miss. And that lesson may be more relevant now than ever. The next time you see a red-tailed hawk perched beside a highway or circling high above an open field, remember this: that bird is not simply flying. It's observing, calculating, and learning. While most animals rush through life reacting to whatever happens next, the hawk waits. It studies. And when the moment is right, it acts with absolute precision. Maybe that's why humans have admired hawks for thousands of years. Not because they're the biggest birds or the strongest predators, but because they remind us of something powerful: the ability to see clearly, remain patient, and recognize opportunities long before anyone else notices them. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Birdhearts for more incredible bird mysteries and wildlife documentaries. And tell me in the comments, if you could have one hawk ability for a day, would you choose its eyesight or its patience? I'll see you in the next one.